Hi there to you all. I wanted to do a detailed reading today because it's the 11th day of the 11th month, okay? And when this happens, it's basically Venus entering Capricorn, which is questioning commitments, stabilities, the traditional role and the rule of the roost, okay? So it's like romantic Venus is around us, but it's also conjunct with Capricorn, which is about our ambitious side, okay? So it's all about powerful collaborations, powerful things that you can do with a traditional mindset moving forward. It's important that I tell you about some of the other dates as well that are coming in, because we've got a full moon coming in on the 15th of November. We've also got Saturn retrograde, which ends on the 15th of November. So it's a long awaited energy shift. And it's going to give us the opportunity to apply the lessons that we've learned over the past few months and our lives moving forward. Okay. We've got Pluto re entering Uranus as well. So this is about transformations, but it goes back into Aquarius, which is a good time for us to think about our logic and emotion and how we are using that in our lives. In the 21st of November, we've also got it's almost like the party season, isn't it? Because it's Sagittarius season actually begins. So all of my Scorpios, I want to say happy birthday for the weeks coming up, and Sagittarius's happy birthday to you guys as well. We've got the Mercury retrograde beginning again in the 26th of November, which is where misunderstandings can start to play a lot of roles in our lives, and we'll start to realize where these misunderstandings are coming in and causing a little bit of disruptive energies coming in. So let's move into the picker cards. We have got the Opal Cloud for number one, okay? So if you're picking this one, then stay around. You might want to move the time forward if you're going for the green agate, okay? If you're going for the amethyst, this is the third one. So we're going to read all three of these cards. If you've picked more than two cards or more than one card, then what you're wanting to do is stick around so you're able to see what's coming in for you guys. But I'm just going to move everything to the side so I can actually read for everybody coming forward. So for now, we're going to go towards the Opal, okay? So with the Opal, it's speaking about your emotions. It's very conducive to the water signs and how we're using our emotions, our thoughts, our dreamscape energy as well. So think about that. Think about how you are looking after yourself and how you're thinking about your emotions and how these emotions are being utilized in your day-to-day life. Let's open up with all of your cards so I can actually read these cards for you. Just make sure you can see everything. Let's move this here actually. So we've got accept renewal and delight in fresh starts. Winter solstice, embracing your life's purpose, mirror and reflections. And we've also got protection, okay? Right, let me just have a moment to look at these cards before I start actually reading them. So what I'd like to say first of all is that I keep hearing in my head that there's something to do with isolation, isolating yourself away from people. If you've not done that, you're about to do it, okay? This is because there's like a new energy coming through for you guys, and because of this new energy coming through, you might need to be holding a solitary energy about yourself, You may not want to be out partying and like socializing with people. The Five of Pentacles showed up there as well, so that can be feeling like you've been left out in the cold. But at the same time, with winter solstice, it's a deep time of introspection, looking into what's happened in the year before, 2024, and what's happened in the year now, and what's moving forward for you. What trajectory are you wanting to move towards? What are your plans towards moving forward? Journaling could be a great thing for you guys as well, because you may be introspective because you're learning a new thing, a new craft. You also may be taking out a lot of time to spend with your pets, but at the same time, you may be thinking about journaling, or you may actually be journaling. Your dream state as well may be telling you things. I would definitely say make sure that you're writing down what your dreams are and what has happened in those dreams. You may also be wondering if you're protected spiritually, because you may have cut away from people that are no good for you when it comes down to frequency, because of these people showing you a reflective energy. You may find that some people as well are projecting what they feel about themselves onto you, and you may need to make sure that you are protective of your energy, but also thinking about getting together and collaborating with people who have like-minded energy when it comes down to you. Renewals, again, it's like you're wiping the slate clean to going into the new year with a new energy, a new you, if that makes sense. Comfortable clothing may be a really big thing for you guys as well right now, as it is for me. I spend a lot of the time in my pajamas, to tell you the honest to God's truth, but messages are coming through as well for you guys. There may be a younger sibling or a younger child that you're thinking about spending time with, and looking into the way that they think and how they choose to do things within life. You may also find as well that there's an absent parent, because this is to do with family energies. So you may find that it's a masculine energy as well that makes some child around you feel a little bit isolated, or there's something to do with you and your father role within your life that makes you feel a little bit left out sometimes. Not only that, you may also be a person that's lost a father figure in your life, and if you have lost that father figure, then that father figure is trying to send messages to you that they are actually okay, but at the same time, they're more worried about you feeling like you are alone. Let's go into reflection and get some more details here. So the Temperance, you're having to balance your emotions out here because of you feeling alone. At the same time, my card number one pickers, you may also have like a mother or a grandmother figure that's gone into spirit, and you may be feeling a little bit like you're getting messages from them sometimes. So if you're hearing things inside of your mind, then this is them trying to give you messages of encouragement to be able to move forward in your life, because you've probably done a lot when it comes down to the masculine energy. But when it comes down, meaning the masculine energy of like your outward life, whereas when it comes down to the right side of your body, that's speaking about your subconscious, how you are balancing your emotions, how are you looking after your inner energy rather than just the outer energy. So you may be needing to pour some energy into the subconscious area of yourself and dip your toes into the emotions of what this brings up for you. Meditation could be really good for you guys as well, and you also may have an energy where you're feeling like you're helping a hell of a lot of people, and you're not pouring into your own cup as much as you are pouring into other people. So you might want to look into that as well. You might be a person that's thinking about going into like the magic form of things. You might be thinking about reading tarot cards. because of this, it could be a really nice interest for you. Yeah, definitely. There's an interest for my card oneers to want to be able to read for other people and have the confidence to be able to do that as well. If it's not only that with the Page of Pentacles, it can be taking the time to really think about how you want to come across in the world, but you've also got some sort of plans when it comes down to your life's purpose, and you're probably in a place where it's coming into completion for you guys. So you may be wanting to keep a lot of this to yourself as well. You might not want to be telling other people, especially with the Page of Pentacles. You're at the learner stage of things. So make sure that you get in together with like-minded people, or finding somebody who's a spiritual mentor to you who might be able to help you move forward when it comes down to learning things, all things tarot, all things spiritual, all things shamanistic. Let's move forward. But a wish fulfillment is definitely here, an emotional wish fulfillment that you are wanting to achieve. And it might be your life's purpose to want to help other people achieve their life's purpose. The moon energy, subconscious energy, yet again, keeps coming through for you guys with the moon energy. So, yeah, look, with the world, I always look at the protective card when it comes down to the world, because there's definitely some sort of loss that you've felt, whether it comes down to friends, because this card wanted to come out before the one underneath it. So you might, yeah, you've had to walk away from some people in the past that have made you feel less than. You've probably invested more in them than what they've invested into you. And because of that, your subconscious energy is feeling a little bit scarred. So it's almost like you're needing to make sure that you're protecting yourself through this period of time, because the subconscious energy is definitely trying to come about, trying to get you to pay attention to it so you'll heal to be able to move forward. Again, look, the Eight of Cups has come out underneath. You're definitely looking forward to feeling better about things that you've had to walk away from. It may have felt very sad to walk away from these friendships or relationships that you've had in your life, but don't apprehend everything with an uphill struggle, because when this person is walking away with the Eight of Cups, they're moving towards emotional fulfillment. But it may not feel that way at this moment in time, hence why you're deeply reflective and probably in a solitary state. Yeah, next year, I would definitely say that you're coming into this form of new beginning in your life, a new beginning where you're actively pursuing being treated the way that you treat other people. You might also be taking some form of new education in your life as well, that will make you feel better within yourself, because it's like you're investing in something in yourself. At the same time, with the Ace of Wands, it can speak about you needing to be proactive on this and actually creating some form of initial action, which will bring you to the Ace of Wands energy. So if you've been thinking about enrolling on that course, making that phone call and actually filling out your application form may be a really great time, because what you're doing is you're acting upon your desires rather than just thinking about them. You're doing something about it. So that's really important for you to know. With reflection, yeah, you may have felt like you've been a little bit disbalanced, but you've worked hard to get yourself onto a steady ground. You may have two things that you're interested in doing in your life, but at the same time, you need to prioritize everything, because the fastest person never wins the race. It's always normally the slowest person. So make sure that you're doing things with a list mindset, because it's giving me the form of like ADHD vibes. Meaning that you'll get one thing done on the list and then you'll feel like there's another 5 things that you should be doing, and then it makes your mind go off into different places. So make sure that you're doing things by a step-by-step process, and that's what's going to help you to be able to achieve what you want to achieve moving forward. With reflections being here, you may have found yourself to be in a situation where you felt like you should have been prioritized by some people around you, but ended up only being in a narcissistic type of frequency when it comes down to friends or people who you've chosen to be around in the past. You may have found yourself walking away feeling very emotional sometimes. And you may also feel like you're wondering why these people are reflecting narcissistic vibes towards you. This is probably happening because that reflection mirror is definitely on in your life. And because of it being on, you need to take a little time out to think about why you are attracting narcissistic people, people that you give a lot of energy to, but feel like you don't get a lot of energy back from these people. Hence the reason for the hermit, which I would have said with the winter solstice, matches incredibly well. Okay. So it's like with the narcissistic energy here, you may have found that some people also led you into the relationship between you and them, but made you feel a little bit like you've walked out with less than what you walked in with. So just remember, like, sometimes people do have power struggles. Sometimes people in this life are quite asleep. They're not spiritually awakened. They're not collective minded. And because of this, it may have given you a little bit of confusion, because you may be a very spiritual person with regards to like being inclusive, trying to get everybody together in a collective, and probably you've probably come across people that reflect energy of selfishness. And because of this reason, it's put you into a challenging energy within yourself. But just remember that if you divulge into trying to understand these people too much, then you will be connecting with the frequency that they are actually on. And that's not something that you want to do, especially when you are protected here. But you need to cut back your cords from these people who have done this to you. And you may also need to do soul retrieval. You may find that it's past relationships where you have felt like everything's done, dead, and buried. But in actual fact, there is something there that's still connected, even if it's on a subconscious level. So my advice to you is to do a meditation where you are actually thinking, and theatre beats as well. I just heard theatre beats, theatre beats. So make sure that you're listening to that. THEATA. Put them up into YouTube, and you'll find that there's a lot of beats that help you go into a subconscious energy, a very deep meditative state. You need to envision you and this person across from you, whether this is a friend, a work colleague, a manager, an ex partner in your life. Envision you and this person across from each other, and I want you to look up and down the body and around the aura of the person that stood across from you. If there's anything that's still connected between you both, I want you to cut those cords. Cut those cords and then wish them well. As you watch them walk away from you, I want you to keep watching until they're no longer in your sight before you wake up from the meditation, because this is massive energy with regards to you feeling some of those fragmented energies that are still being left behind and probably controlling your state of thoughts and how you feel emotionally within yourself moving forward. Yeah, there's definitely somebody that's missing you when it comes down to a relationship, or I would definitely say as well, there's some distance here from people that you may feel like should have been in your life, when in actual fact you may be in a place where you feel quite depressed within yourself as well, and your mental health may be going at a fast pace. You may be wondering why you're feeling a little bit unstable mentally, and this is happening because of this disconnection when it comes down to the chariot. The chariot energy is there because you need to bring in self-love. Bring self-love into the story of your life. The more that you do that, the more you will start to understand what your lower vibrational thoughts are, as opposed to what your positive vibrational thoughts are, and how to tune into your positive thoughts rather than tuning into the negative thoughts and feeling like those negative thoughts are taking control over your life, in order for you to be able to win your confidence back. This card actually fell onto the floor. So this means that you find it very difficult to be able to pick yourself up from the past and what you've been through in the past, but your confidence is definitely calling to you to tune into it. Your spontaneity is calling to you to tune into it as well. almost like an attitude of not bringing the past with you and walking into the future with an element of vitality in your heart, a promise for tomorrow, if that makes sense. Yeah, the King of Swords, and like, so somebody may try to come back around you guys. Somebody may be trying to pose this friendship energy towards you when in actual fact this person was very, very cold towards you, didn't treat you in the way that you might have wished to have been treated, and you may have felt like you've invested a hell of a lot into this person and found that you've not got a right lot back, if I'm honest with you. You may be a person that's thinking about going through a divorce as well. This is for the people that are watching that are married. For those that have had a father that's passed away, you may have found that this person was quite cold in the way that they did things as well. But either way, like I said, it's speaking about investing in yourself. Your friends around you as well. You might want to look into the friends around you ones, okay? Because some of them have you feeling a little bit confused sometimes as to whether they are actually a friend towards you, when in actual fact, with the Knight of Wands, they may have a little bit of an immature way of how they choose to look at things, or a past relationship with you guys. You may have found that you was thinking that you was the only person to this person, the only person in the relationship with this person, when in actual fact there was another person. You will have known about this is if this is your card deck that you've picked, because the confusion that it's brought around you has made you feel like most people who you get in a relationship will have like player energy. So it's about you trying to tame those thoughts within your mind that try to tarnish everybody with the same brush. And just remember that you are a very pure person in the way that you choose to love and cherish other people around you. It's not really your fault that sometimes you come across people that are quite immature in the way that they look at things. This can also be a friendship where you feel a little bit like you've tried to nurture this person massively, um, to a positive place within themselves, when in actual fact you need to be focusing on yourself, because this person is not focusing when it comes down to inputting energy back towards you. Let's go into any sort of advice that you're needing. Pile ones. You've got a few cards there, but I'm going to take the one. In fact, let's take them all. Okay. So, Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling your power, and future thinking. So this makes sense for this card here for me. It really connects with this card, which is speaking about you calling your power back, cutting the cords and soul retrieval when it comes down to other people. You are protected. Just remember that. Focus your mind and your heart on the future. Make sure you're calling back your power. And also, you may be finding that you get a little bit lightheaded, a little bit dizzy sometimes. This is happening because you're getting some downloads that are going into your heart chakra. Not only that, you may be finding that you are awakening the Kundalini energy within your body. So this is a time where you may be feeling overexhausted sometimes, hence why you're staying in and not choosing to go out as much. Serious star blessings, okay? Yes, proceed, be seen, and push through. So just remember, there's a light inside of your heart that's connecting to extraterrestrial places, planets. These are normally a civilization. It's not normally, they actually are, for a fact. They're a civilization that are coming from a very pure mindset, a collective mindset, and they've gone back to their own country, own planet, because of feeling like the population down here, meaning humans, have turned into a certain species that serious people, serious entities could not collaborate with anymore. And that's because of what's going on in our lives and how the frequency of people is changing with the levels of like selfishness, um, and the levels of the ways that other people think. So sometimes you may feel like you're not from this planet. You may feel like you don't belong sometimes. When in actual fact you do belong. It's just that you are coming from a frequency and an energy that is meant to help other people to come into this collective mind frame as well. You're also going through a karmic release and a radical transformation. So your life is going through a massive overhaul right now. And because of your life going through a massive overhaul, you may be feeling like you don't understand why life is not as busy as it used to be for you guys. Now, life is not as busy as it used to be because when the frequency changes, which I know all too well, when there's a new frequency coming into my life or some sort of new downloads coming into my life, new ways of how I should be looking at things in my life, I always go through a period of silence first, where it feels like nothing is moving forward. It feels like everything is just at a standstill in my life. When in actual fact, it's not going through a standstill. It's almost like a stop station. So if you envision yourself being at a train station and before it goes to another stop, it actually has to make sure that it's got all of the passengers on. It has to make sure that it's in full engine working power before it proceeds on with the journey. Try to envision yourself as this train. You are having like an engine download, an engine of your micronisms of your body, the atoms in your body, the nucleuses in your body, and you're being called to reevaluate everything that's happened in your life in the years previous and how you'd like the following years in your life to move forward. So don't be scared of this karmic release. Remember that this transformation is something that's coming into your life, whether you like it or not. So rather than fighting it, it could be a good idea for you guys to find a healthy routine that you can see yourself doing and something you're brave enough to do on your own as well. So just pretend that's going to the gym or eating healthier. Try to do this in a routinal pattern. Try to wake up with gratitude in your heart for waking up for another day. And you'll start to realize that your life then starts to build back up brick by brick. Okay? So many star signs that will be important to my ones. So many star signs that will be important to my ones. So first of all, we've got Gemini that's there. That will be an important sign, or it could be a sign of the person that you need to cut the cords with from the past. Gemini as well. That's another sign that's really important to what's gone on in your life previously and what you need to do moving forward. And Taurus energy is also there for you guys. At the same time, we've also got Mars energy, which is Aries. So this may be another indicator to help you guys to see what has caused some of these changes that are having to happen in your life. And as I said before, try not to be scared of these changes, because all it's doing is bringing you to a bigger, brighter, better place in your life. Don't invest into this. So if you guys are still in any of these relationships that you're thinking, should I actually be around this person? I would say it's a no here, if I'm honest with you. I would never cheat on you. Cheating on you is cheating on myself. You may feel this way towards somebody else, or somebody may be saying this to you guys. But just remember, with the Gemini energy here, this can be a person that likes to manipulate the mind. And as I've said before, there's definitely something going on here with you guys needing to have more of a flighty look at things. Try to have deep introspection within yourself and try not to forget the reasons why you started to be mistrustful of these people. At the same time, if there's somebody around you as well that's not showing you trust, when you haven't cheated and you haven't done anything like this, you may be finding that this person is just paranoid from what they've been through in the past. Do you want to be the person that repairs this person? or do you feel like they need to do the work within themselves? Because this might be the reason why you don't need to invest into this relationship or friendship moving forward. I'm going to explore other options, but I can't tell you. So, as I've said before, this is definitely an energy where this person's not telling you that they're exploring other options, but they actually are. Okay. Reconnecting with an old flame. Yeah, this is all just coming out like there's somebody being secretive towards you guys. So, I would definitely pull your energy back in. That's the advice I would give you. Pull your energy back in and don't put your energy into things that are not giving you the energy that you are giving out to others. Making fun out of somebody's illness, karma is coming as a result. So you may be finding that there's some people around you that are slightly fickle as well. And because of them being fickle and laughing at other people's expenses, this is normally when the universe starts to come in and give them a dose of karma in their own lives. Wands, is there any sort of advice that wands need moving forward? Wow. So as you've seen from what I've read before, all of this procrastinating energy, staying in, isolating yourself, your procrastination is storing you. Stalling you. Make one step a day towards your goals. You've got this. I've got the South down there as well, because this is speaking about your emotions and how you're choosing to use your emotions moving forward in your life. Don't let your anger control your mind. Like I said, if you do some of that subconscious work, pile ones, you'll probably find that you start to feel a hell of a lot better, because some of these triggers that get you angry in the first place will start to heal. And the more that you heal those triggers, the more that other people cannot use those triggers against you, because you're stronger, you're better, you're more agile. And with that agility, you're able to move forward as well. Things are at a standstill until you make changes, which I've just spoken about. You couldn't make this up. I've just literally spoken to you guys about being at a standstill and how to embrace that energy, rather than thinking that that energy is a negative energy that's trying to stop you in your life. Try to look at it as an energy that is actually trying to spur you forwards. Okay. We'll get some last cards for you guys. So for wands, there's some more guidance for wands. It's a big deck, isn't it? It's absolutely bloody massive. My husband bought it for me, and it's probably one of the best decks that I've had. It's just figuring out how to hold it sometimes, which I think that I can do now really well. Right, we'll take all of these, okay? Bloody hell, you've got loads, one. You've got absolutely loads. So let's look at them in order. High, crazy, and goes overboard. So you may find somebody has got some sort of drink or drugs problems, and because of this, they may act out of character. Do you want to place yourself around people that do this, or are you getting high at the same time to try to mask over what you're feeling within yourself? They've just told me to look at this as well, which is super synchronized. Look at the 11. And we're on the 11th day of the 11th month. That couldn't be more synchronized if we tried. Refusing treatment, prolonging pain or abuse, in denial about health issues. So is this happening around you guys? Homelessness. There's no place like home. Feeling lost and hopelessness, kicked out and thrown to the curb. Ripple effect. One event produces other effects. Your actions affect your future and others. So like I said, think about your future, because you may be taking in people that need help, but in actual fact, they may need some form of professional help rather than you trying to help them, because you're depleting your own energy whilst you're trying to help these people. A boy toy, an object of sexual desire, good for one thing and short-lived. As we've seen from the cards, somebody's exploring other options and you're not another option, pile ones. Just remember that you don't have to cheapen yourself just to be able to have this person around. And with it being short-lived anyway, you will start to see the bigger picture when it comes down to next year. It's just that you need to take some time to be introspective to be able to enlighten yourself of what's coming into the future, rather than sitting behind and feeling like life is carrying you along. Burdens, mounting pressures, so you may be finding that that's happening with you as well. Numbing, indifferent and detached, not wanting to feel pain. So like I said, somebody's taking something here, somebody's taking something or drinking or doing things like going out all of the time, um putting themselves around friends and people that are not so good for them. This is because they're running away from their feelings. They're running away from the pain that they've gone through in the past. Or are you doing all of these things? Intrusion, forcible entry, not minding their own business. So like I said, there is some people, as we can see at the bottom of this deck with the Three of Cups, there may be some friends of theirs or some friends of yours that are getting involved and need to frankly mind their own business. Avoidance, disassociation, pretends to be something. Oh no, pretends something doesn't exist. So like I said, that's another energy of denial, which is causing the ripple effect. Retaliate, revengeful, vengeful, spiteful, out to get other people. So this could be this person that is around you in your life that has this low frequency way of how they choose to look at things, and that is not helpful to you nor anybody else. And that's the reason why you need to be taking care of yourself, and not thinking so much about how you can be there for everybody else, but try to think about how you can be there for yourself, because you are a person that comes from a different civilization when it comes down to Sirius coming out. And because of you being this type of person, you may definitely feel like you're indifferent to other people sometimes. You may feel like it's very difficult to feel accepted, when in actual fact you are accepted and you are a beautiful person. It's just that you're around the wrong people. That's the best way that I can put it to you guys. You're around the wrong people, and you deserve to be around the right people who will cherish and honor you for the beautiful soul that you actually are. But that's what I am getting for you ones. Okay, let me know your story down below in the comments, because I always like to understand what it is that I've actually been reading that's helpful for the person. Let's see what affirmation would help you to move forward, ones. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Beauty. I am a spark of divinity. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows without question my own beauty, worthiness, and my desirability. Let me remember constantly who I am, love itself in a temporary human form. So I hope that's been helpful for you guys. Take care. Make sure that you carry on watching if you've found another card, and make sure that you comment as well if that has all been relative to you and helped you to be able to move forward in your life, because I'd love to hear your story. So take care, ones. Bye-bye. Let's just wipe this down, twos, before we start here, because this incense thing is supposed to be holding all of the ash, when in actual fact it's not holding it, it's flicking it all over the frigging table. So it is what it is, though. We have to move on. We have to move. So we are now on twos. Okay, I'm just going to write down what time it actually is so I can get this all correct when you guys are supposed to be looking. So 38:40 for twos. Let's move into twos reading now. So if you guys picked the green agate, this is all to do with the heart chakra, healing the heart chakra, and being able to move forward in your lives. We'll get your cards out and we will look at the guidance that's coming forth for you all. and I hope that it's been helpful for you. If you guys have not subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe to be able to see any future readings, because this is the only place I can put lengthy readings on. So this is the reason why I feel like following is probably easier for you guys, because you're going to be able to keep up to date when I'm putting these weekly readings up here now, rather than putting them on social medias where it will only show you 10 minutes. Be honest with yourself. Keep looking up for number fives as well, because fives may be something that you are needing to look into the numerology of that. Boundaries. Align your life. I have power. It's real. And shape-shifting. Okay. This is bringing up a lot of mental health things for me, if I'm honest, when I keep looking at these cards. You've got a lot of things going on when it comes down to your mental health, with people bringing in this element of confusion into your lives. When people are bringing in elements of confusion, it's normally to steer you out of the direction that they know that you are going to move forward towards. I keep looking at this crystal as well that's in front of me. This is a smoky quartz crystal. Now, this crystal is really helpful when you've got some thoughts in your mind that are not helpful to you, and sometimes make you feel like you're thinking a hell of a lot in the past. You may have felt like somebody's taken your power away, or you may be around somebody that's making you feel like they are trying to support you, when in actual fact, what they're doing is they're pulling you down. The shape-shifting may be your dreams that keep showing you yourself in an element of freedom as well, because there's something in your life that's not aligned with you. There's also people up in the spiritual world that are trying to help you in your life. You may find that you get in shoulder problems as well. Okay, when you get in these shoulder problems, it's because you're probably feeling like you've got a lack of support around you in your life. Now, to gain that element of support, you need to be showing the support to yourself and healing your heart chakra, which I did pick up with the crystal here. But this lady, as you can see, is also holding her heart here. So there's definitely some sort of boundaries that need to be asserted with people around you. Somebody may have made you feel like they're taking your power away from you, which may feel a little bit disheartening as well. At the same time, there's some alignment that you're needing to bring into your life, to bring yourself away from the confusing frequencies that you feel sometimes in your life. Let's go into be honest with yourself a little bit deeper. Wheel of Fortune. There's a cycle here that keeps on repeating itself and going over and over again. You wanting to bring yourself into a place where you're having more monetary values. You're finding yourself in a place where you're thinking about a more desirable cycle and pattern that you'd like to bring into your life, but something is making you feel held back, and that's probably because of some people around you that are trying to create confusion in your mind and in your heart. You may be wondering who it is that you can actually trust in your life. And because of you wondering about who you can trust, it's probably got you feeling a little bit stuck sometimes, okay? You may be having difficult feelings and thoughts in your mind that have you sat on the fence and wondering, what should I do about these thoughts and feelings that I actually have? They keep saying to me that you need to be at peace within yourself, okay? There may be something as well, though, where you are in a celebratory energy as well, right? You may find it difficult sometimes to celebrate yourself, though, because you may be a person that keeps a lot of your energy within. You may be saving for something as well in your life that will actually feel like an investment that you're making to yourself. Yeah, these difficult feelings that you've got may be to do with the cycles and patterns of behaviors that some friends have around you. And some of these friends may not be growing, and you may feel like you are growing out of some of the things that they would necessarily do. I keep being shown children as well, so I don't know if there's a child that you tend to look after whilst your friend goes out, or whether you feel like your friend should spend more time with their children. As we can see here, it's got an autumnal vibe, which is where the leaves are falling off the trees. And if you notice, it's like that's what season we're in right now. So it's really important, because when the 2 and the 6 is there, I add it up and it comes up to the 8s. Now, that normally comes out when there's a cycle, there's a pattern of behavior that happens. So you may find that sometimes these people, this friend around you, makes you feel super good, and then there's times when they're in a lower frequency and it can make you feel as shit as what they probably feel sometimes. And because of this happening, it's like a pattern, a restorative cycle that keeps going around and around. It's almost like the snake that eats itself, if you get what I mean. It's like you feel like you get 10 steps forward and then you have to take 20 steps back. But slowly but surely, with the Knight of Pentacles, you are regaining this understanding about yourself. And because of you regaining this understanding about yourself, it's a very slow process as to where you are investing in yourself. But you may be finding that you're feeling like you're not being invested in as much as what you are now investing in yourself. Children have come up again, and the family sense of mind. This energy of feeling that element of stability within family. And then we've got the 10 of Cups underneath it. So it can be speaking about emotional fulfillment that you are looking for in your life. And at the same time, children being very important to you. Spending time with children, spending that nurturing time with children. There also may be some sort of reconciliation vibes for my people who are in relationships. Somebody may be trying to reconciliate with you moving forward, okay? This could be in the next 6 days or the next 6 weeks. But when this person comes around, they'll be definitely bringing themselves towards you, but that offer that they're giving you is going to be menial, meaning it's going to be very small in comparison to what you would bring. And this is the reason why your boundaries need to be in place when it comes down to this person, because this person, when it comes down to the devil thought, it's almost like they've got these lower vibrational ways of how they look at things. They also may be a drinker or a person that likes to take drugs and stuff like that. So that might be another reason why you're feeling like you want to distance yourself from this person, which wouldn't be a bad thing for you. At the same time, though, if you're not with anybody, this can be speaking about your childhood, and you're going through a dark period in your life when you was a child. And some of these thoughts are coming up now and rearing their heads to you. And this is the reason why there's change that needs to happen here, because this could be your friends that are coming around you and making you feel triggered. It could also be yourself and what you are allowing to happen around you that's triggering you. But either way, there's definitely triggers here. And with the devil being there, it's an egoic mindset, not meaning you're ego driven and all you want is money. But there's an element here of these dark thoughts interceding into your mind and making you feel very different within yourself. Hence the reason why there's something that needs to change to align you and make you feel more whole and complete within yourself, okay? So what is it? Ask yourself these questions. What is it that you can do to change attracting these types of people who try to overstep your boundaries? What is it that you can do to be there for yourself? Can you be honest with yourself about the types of friends and relationships that you have in your life that may not be in a growth state of mind? They may be in a place in their life where they're choosing to live the same old way that they used to live, and you've grown out of that now. So that might be why it's not really something that you want to invest in when it comes down to relationships or friendships, but you might want to make those boundaries affirmatively clear. You may have some children around as well that are overstepping boundaries. They may also have some little thoughts or some indulgences that they like, and you may need to be establishing what is a healthy choice for these children, whether they're young or whether they're older. Try to help guide them in a healthier way. Not saying that you're not guiding them in a healthy way, but there's definitely people around them if this is about children, and the people that they're around. There's some people around them that don't help guide them in a great way, and maybe helping them to do things that are less than healthy for them. So help your children to learn and understand what boundaries actually are as well. With the magician being there, what's aligned or needs to change here as well, being directly underneath it, like I said before, there's definitely an energy here where you feel like sometimes you're lying to yourself. You're allowing certain things to happen that you wouldn't normally allow to happen. And sometimes you may find that some of your friends are quite contradictory. They tell you that friends or relationship are quite contradictory, try to tell you that they are going to make specific changes in their lives, and then by the weekend or whatever time frame it is that has them falling back into bad habits, that's what starts to ensue therefore after. And that may have you feeling a little bit confused sometimes, because you know that these people have got all the tools that they need to move forward, but they're choosing not to. There may also be a mother energy within you in the past that's made you feel quite rejected, or you have a friend around you that has a mother wound, right? A feeling of being rejected in the past. You yourself may be a person that fears being rejected for standing up for yourself and being honest with yourself. It may take a lot of guts for you to open your mouth and say what you expect to be treated like, and how you expect your friendship or relationship or parenthood to move forward. Because of this fear that's within you, you may be needing to tap into the Queen of Swords energy, which is a person that speaks things with a level of frankness about them, okay? They're very honest. And whilst you do that, just remember you're the Queen of Cups energy. You just need the courage to be able to speak your truth. So your boundaries are given out to people firmly and clear, because you are an empathetic, compassionate person. And this may be the reason why you sometimes allow people to step over your boundaries, because you're a person that tends to hold a lot of people's energies. You are very intuitive as well. But at the same time, your intuition is trying to tell you to invest in yourself, do things for yourself that make you feel good within yourself. Buy some new clothes for yourself. You may find you judge yourself a hell of a lot when you tolerate some of these less than desirable behaviors from other people. And because of you not speaking up for yourself, sometimes you may find that there's an inner entity within you that bullies you and makes you feel like you're not progressing at all, because you're not establishing what it is that you would accept from other people versus what you won't accept from other people. Yeah, we've got the King of Swords here. So with the King of Swords, this could be a husband that's in your life. This could be a person that's in your family that has this like occult energy as well. So there may be people who have done witchcraft around you in some way, shape or form, or tried to do witchcraft onto you, which has made you feel slightly disaligned with yourself. Maybe you need a removal meaning a form of dark energy removal. Narcissistic people that have come around you and put their words on you. When I say put their words on you, it's meaning when people try to judge you from a stance of how they see themselves. This is where you start to have discombobulative thoughts and you can't seem to move forward, because all your mind is doing is repeating what these people would have said to you in the past, trying to confuse you so they can step over your boundaries even more than they already have. Look, there's no love here as well. If you guys are in a relationship and thinking about whether you should be single, I would definitely advise that it's best for you, because it's almost like you're pouring out of your own cup to try to pour into somebody else's, which is a little bit tied in with wands, if I'm honest with you. Just remember, you're allowed to invest in yourself. The Hierophant, it could be a family member as well. There's also a father figure here that's quite stern in the way that they choose to look at things. It could also be somebody that you're in a relationship with that holds a masculine energy, very stern, very logical, very unfeeling. So sometimes you may feel like there's no way to tap into this person's heart, because all of their emotions, they don't know how to be emotional. It's almost like a person that's slightly asleep when it comes down to being awakened like you. Yeah, this is like multiple options, feeling a little bit judged sometimes, feeling confused because other people are making you feel like you are just an option, feeling confused when it comes down to friendships because of them overstepping your boundaries and you needing to stand up for your boundaries. Massive choices need to be made here as well, pile twos, especially when it comes down to people that could be like family that you've assigned to be family. At the same time, it could be somebody you're in a relationship with and you may have a child with this person, but there's like with the 10 of swords there and the judgment card there, you know that the universe is calling to you to make a change because you're feeling slightly rejected when it comes down to some sort of relationship. And with the Six of Pentacles, it's speaking about feeling like there's a lack of reciprocation when it comes down to this relationship. You're giving and you're not receiving much back. With the Tower moment, there's some sort of chaos that's happened in the past that you may not have acted upon, and this is why you've sat on the fence and lost your confidence as a result to this. So next week, and the weeks ahead, you might want to start thinking about how you can invest in yourself. You may have also, like I did say to you, somebody's practicing some sort of magic here, or somebody has gone to somebody who's practicing some sort of magic, whether this is a friend or something to do with that. But they're only doing this because they're trying to hide some of the deceitful actions and the deceptions that they've done towards you. Hence why you need to be honest with yourself, have your boundaries up, and think about all of this confusion that's been put around you, because you're losing your power. And when you lose your power, it's getting lended to the person who is overstepping your boundaries. When it comes down to the Six of Wands, it's almost like this person looks at you as a person that's quite reputable, somebody who anybody would be proud to be with. But at the same time, is this person appreciating you the way that you have taught yourself you should be appreciated? At the same time, look into your past relationships with family members, mum, dad. Like, what was their relationships like? Were they in relationships where they felt like they were being appreciated, or did they appear to you like they were staying complacent in their relationships with each other? And that may give you a close indication as to whether history is repeating itself, because there's definitely some sort of betrayals going on here. And I want to give you a hug, whether it's virtually or in real life, because you are deserving of so much more than what you are accepting here. And this is the reason why you need to get in alignment with your values, in alignment with yourself and what you're willing to accept versus what you're not willing to accept in this life. Let's see if there's any more guidance for my twos. Any more guidance for twos? Merkaba, activation, transcendence, ascendance, you are rising up. So just just the fact that these thoughts are coming into your mind, about needing to place boundaries there, about needing to change some things in your life, changing some of the things that you are accepting in your life. Just because this is happening, this is an alignment within itself. Okay, so just remember your frequency is rising, but it may feel like it's being dragged down a little bit before it rises. What I keep feeling as well is like that element of awakening. It's like you guys are going through an awakening, and because you're going through an awakening, it may feel uncomfortable sometimes because you're having to put your boundaries up with people that have probably done things that have stabbed you in the back. This could even be family, it could be friends, it could be a lover. Either way, they provided you at some point with an element of stability. 1444 on the clock as well. So look up the treble fours, look up the ones when it comes down to angelic meanings, because that might be helpful as well. There's probably messages within those numbers for you. Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. So yeah, like I said, when you're building a new foundation for yourself, oh wow, and this is not even meant to be in this deck, it's somewhere, it's meant to be in a different deck, but it's come out here for you guys. So you may be suffering with heartache and loss in your life, which may be activating your root chakra. At the same time, it may also be blocking your sacral chakra and your solar plexus. And as I've said, if somebody is doing magic here, somebody has done some form of magic that has got you feeling contained within yourself. And when that happens, you need a cord cutting spell, a soul retrieval spell, or you need to do some regression when it comes down to healing. Remember, you are sensitive because things have got to change around you, but you're such a graceful person. You're deserving of more than what you've accepted in the past. Pile twos. I swear to God, just as I said this, I felt a massive stab in my heart. So you guys may be feeling very heartbroken right now. Just remember, you will be able to heal from this. You just need to give it time. Give it time and actively pursue establishing your boundaries with other people. Make sure that you remember some of these things that you've had to go through in your life, ultimately to help others in the future. And if anybody is doing magic on you, just remember that you are insanely protected as well. And if these people are doing magic on you, it can be reversed, it can be removed from your life. And that can be removed just simply by you opening your mouth and establishing what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. We are losing that spark. So somebody around you may be making you feel heartbroken because it's like you feel like you're losing the relationship with them. A divine ass whooping. Okay, so somebody around you is getting some sort of karma because of all of the people that you have looking after you in a spiritual sense. You've got people looking after you. This is like a divine person in the spiritual realm that looks after you, and this is the reason why these people will be getting a divine ass whooping. So if you do see any of the people that I'm talking about here that sprung to mind when I was doing this reading, then just remember, they're not going to get away with how they've treated you. They're facing the feeling of defeat. So someone around you might be facing that fear. I know who is with me, I know who is pretending, and I know who is plotting. So you may be feeling slightly paranoid as well because of the way that you've been treated by other people. Family are plotting against you. The apple never falls far from the tree. So I did bring up family situations and looking deeper into those family situations. They have no limits for how far they will go to destroy you. As I said before, somebody's doing magic in some way, shape, or form, and this might be the reason why you're feeling a little bit stuck sometimes. Let's see if there is any star signs that need to be brought up to help my twos understand who's doing this type of thing to them. So we've got Aries straight away, twos, Who's doing this form of magic? Who's doing the things that's holding them back? We've got air signs as well there. We've also got Cancer. Is there anything else that twos need to know? What? Pisces as well. So you may find that there's Pisces involved here. And lastly, we've got Gemini again, which is we've got Mars underneath it too, which is Aries. So it's strong on the energy of Aries here, okay? Just remember that you're entitled to feel better within yourself, but these weeks coming ahead, you're going to be firmly questioning your boundaries and people that overstep those boundaries. Is there some more details? Oh, wow. Okay. They came out pretty fast for you guys. So things may happen in a very speedy energy. Multiple babies, too many to handle, child support payments. So like I said, children was coming up in the reading before these cards have come out. So maybe there's something to do with children that needs to be looked into, or are you with somebody who's got multiple children? Yeah, you may also be looking for support for your child and finding that you're trying to be both parents for this child or children that are in your life. Keep going, keep soldiering on, but just remember as well, having firm boundaries, a firm routine for your children sometimes will help you to be able to have that sense of stability within yourself rather than feeling like you are being pummeled and the kids are running you bloody ragged, bless you. A grieving heart, feeling guilty and apologetic, willing to reach out. So look out for some people that are going to be reaching out from the past. Unsent messages, scribbling without sending. So somebody keeps on trying to figure out a way to be able to send you messages, and you may be feeling like, this person's not actually going to reach out at any point, but they will reach out. It's just the fact that they don't quite know what to say. They probably feel like you have awakened massively to what some of their behaviors are, and that might be why they're more hesitant to reaching out. New beginnings, accept the changes that might bring good things to you. So like I said, if you feel like you've got to wipe the slate clean, then go ahead and do that. That's the reason why you're going to end up feeling better within yourself. The Tinder swindler, fake it until they run up your credit cards, con artist and a scammer. So if you're thinking about going on dating sites right now, it might be a bad idea because you're still healing or still needing to heal from what you've been through in the past, and it may only invite another person that's like the person that's overstepped your boundaries, just in another person's body. Betrayed, violated by intentional actions. So like I said, there are some people that are doing things behind your back that you may not be aware of yet, but you will be aware of moving forward. Deep pockets, big spender, loves to spoil and enjoys life. So you may find that somebody around you tries to buy you gifts to try to apologize for the inadequate ways that they've treated you in the past. Just remember that whilst this is a beautiful gesture, is it coming from a genuine place? Irresponsible, careless, and unreliable. So if this person is any of these characteristics that I'm bringing up here, don't allow their gifts to swindle your mind. Low vibrational, putting material world above the connection to the divine. So like I said, there are some people that are quite asleep in comparison to you guys who are very awake. Let's see if there's any last guidance for pile twos. Fear, I release all fear. I invite you, divine beloved, to move through me in all ways, guiding my actions in every moment. Let me release all fear and feel unbridled openness to the new in order to bring you to freedom. So love yourself. Remember that your boundaries that are being put in place will not make you lose real people. But if your boundaries are in place and it makes you lose some of these people, they weren't meant to be in your life anyway. Because when you put healthy boundaries there around the right people, they will tend to honor those boundaries and they will listen to you and they won't try and overstep your boundaries. So just remember that moving forward, pile twos, and I hope that this has been helpful for you. Let me know your story in the comment section. How does this relate to you? What's been going on in your life? I love to read how these readings actually relate to you guys. And just remember, some of these things are coming into your life into the future. Even if it's not making much sense to you now, it will in the weeks and months ahead. Let's move forward now. We are on pile threes. I'm just writing down what number. I'm just writing the numbers down so I make sure that you guys can get to your reading quickly and efficiently. Number threes. Last but not least, we have this amethyst here, the amethyst cloud, which can be speaking about your intuitive side. Welcome to you all as well. Thank you for being here. I hope that you've subscribed because it will help you to see more of the readings, because all of the in-depth pick a card readings that I do has taken time, care and attention. And there's 3 crows on the top of the roof across from me right now, which is really significant for pile threes as well. And also on the clock, we've got 1455. But with the 14, I tend to add it up, which adds to the 5. So that's treble 5. Try to look up these numbers to see whether they are significant for you guys. But yeah, these readings take time, care and attention. And the more that I do these readings, the more I can see how much they connect with other people. If it doesn't connect with people in the beginning, it always connects with them later down in their life, in the weeks and months ahead. So pay attention to what I'm saying, and hopefully it can help you in your path forward. Dance, a celebration for threes. That's a beautiful first card to be getting. I will persist. My will is strong. Yield, patience. Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I'm actively working on this situation. I am here and helping you. Okay, let's just take a look at these cards to see what's coming in for you guys. So you're celebrating something here with regards to the dance. It's like there's some sort of accomplishment that you have managed to obtain. Sorry, I needed a drink. There's something that you've managed to obtain that may have felt like it was going to take you bloody ages to be able to obtain this award, a graduation, or some sort of accomplishment, a goal orientated accomplishment that you have made for yourself. This is the reason why you need to celebrate yourself and celebrate your victories and what you've managed to do to establish the stability that you are now moving towards in your life. You may want things to happen in a very hurried way. You may want things to happen yesterday. I'm like that when it comes down to decorating or any sort of other ambitious things that I take on in my life and take a leap of faith towards. And because of having this lack of patience, sometimes I always feel like I'm moving behind in the timeline of my life, when in actual fact it's happening all at the right time. So if you're being stalled at any way, that may be the reason with regards to this. You need to take a leap of faith on yourself as well, especially with I will persist, my will is strong, because with Archangel Michael being there, that is a massive protection guard. Okay, if there's any sort of leaps of faith into the unknown that you're willing to take in your life, you will know when the time is right. But just remember, you've got a very strong spiritual guide around you, actively helping you to be able to move forward in your life. I keep purging, so you definitely do have that there. Something's taken a lot of your courage and your strength. You've managed to get on top of your egoic thoughts. You are raising your frequency within yourself. You're looking at yourself in more of an infinite way, which is a very beautiful thing to see, especially when it comes down to the strength card. It can be Leo energy as well, which can be speaking about you going to showcase yourself, because you, not meaning just go out there and be like, oh, look at me, but it's more in the energy of like, I've managed to tame my egoic thoughts. I've managed to get on top of my self-fulfilling prophecies that I may have given myself in the past that was unrealistic to me. I'm now living in my truth. I feel fruitful within myself. I feel like I've got something to be able to give out to the universe, and I'm very proud of myself. This is how threes will be feeling or are feeling right now, especially because Eight of Swords reversed is coming away from things that may have made you feel trapped in the past. You've come away and won victories away from things and people that have lied to you, been very deceptive, people that have betrayed you. So well done. Well done for raising your frequency, because I can blatantly see here that's exactly what you've done. You're very prosperous. You're looking into the future and you're looking into all of this prosperity. You're waiting for your ships to come in, because nobody's going to stop you guys. The reason why they're not going to stop you is because your mind frame has completely changed and nobody can come to try to hold you back. Having the patience as well to start again when it comes down to your finances, building a foundation for yourself that you will be very, very proud of in your life. Foundation again with the Four of Wands. It's like there's a celebratory energy around you guys, and I know it says celebration, but all of these cards here are showing me the amount of stability that you're creating for yourself, the amount of family members that are super proud of you because of what you've managed to achieve. So stop having this lack of patience within yourself, and remember that everything that you're getting in your life is because you've worked damn hard for it and you deserve it. You also deserve all of these positive things because you've managed to get on top of your mind, and when your mind is trying to tell you things to try to disable you from being able to have all of this prosperity in your life, something within you, your inner resilience, is putting a stop to that. And this is why you need to be patient with yourself, because now you're on a roll. You may be feeling like you need to move faster, everything needs to happen faster. So just be patient with yourself, okay? Be patient with yourself. Start to think about the bucket list things that you want to do moving forward as well, because you're going to have to take massive leaps of faith on yourself. It's just not at this moment in time. It might be next year, March, when you start to take these leaps upon yourself. Knight of Swords, yeah. So with the yield and patience and the Knight of Swords, it shows me just how speedy you expect things to be done. You may be finding as well that now that you've got on top of your old thoughts that have pinned you down, or this shitty person that you've been out with in the past that has made you feel really worthless within yourself, now that you've accomplished your sense of self-value and self-worth, your mind is going into like overdrive. So if you think about just imagine your mind is like an engine and it's moving with a lack of oil, and then you've put oil into yourself and your engine is now moving really fast and it wants to go fast everywhere. You need to have that tempering of speed, threes, okay? Because the more that you temper the speed, the better you will feel within yourself. Look, there's a leap of faith again. The cliffs are here. There's a cliff here. You've gone into this warm, exuberant energy where there's a lot of things that are making you feel heavily protected, and you are celebrating yourself. More spontaneity is something that you want to bring into your life now. Just remember, you've worked hard to come from the darkness into the light, and you tend to know a lot of the secrets when it comes down to how to transform your life, When it comes to the Tower card as well, it's also speaking about having chaotic energies in the past that may have made you feel like you would never be able to pick yourself up to the place that you're actually at now. I definitely get book energy from you guys as well, meaning that your life has been that much of a story to give to other people. It may be something that you might want to think about, being able to document your life, so it inspires other people to move forward in theirs. Your power is coming back to you massively, I keep hearing as well. And just remember, when you've got Archangel Michael around you, it's cutting cords from things in the past, family arguments, all of these different things. You may have found that you've had a conflictive relationship with mother, with your mum, or you may find that your mum is going through a lot of conflict right now that's making you feel like you need to protect her. At the same time, if you're a person that's going through a mother wound, fights and arguments within the family, just remember you're the Empress energy. With the Empress, she's very maternal, she's very nurturing, but there's nothing that can come and tie her down and make her feel shit. Five of Wands, tell me more. Non-reciprocal energy, you may have found that you have given a hell of a lot. You may also find that you are a sibling of other children, I'm hearing in my head. So it's like there may be other children in the family, and those children may be favoritismed more than you, or you have experienced this in your life. You may have found that some of the other children tend to get the nicer side of your parent or your mum, and you may feel like you're left out sometimes. Just remember, look what you've done. You've parented yourself. You've broken generational and ancestral curses here, meaning these patterns that have gone through the ancestry in your life. You've broken all of these patterns. There's nothing that can hold you down. But now that you're observing everything that's happening around you, you may have some loose ends to be tying up. Look, chaos with the Tower there, okay? So you may be rebuilding a structure, but the main thing that you need to do is surrender. Let go of the things that you can't control. Betrayal. Again, if you're in a relationship, there's some form of betrayals that have happened here, right? And because of these betrayals that have happened, you need to surrender these energies, because the more that you try to hold on to the control of it, the more conflictive your own energy and the people around you will be, okay? I would say here as well, it's very important to do prayers sometimes. Do these prayers to your higher minded ancestors, and just basically tell them, anybody that's not meant to be in my life, please take out of my life. Anybody that's meant to be there, please invite them into my life. Just that prayer alone every single day, you'll start to notice some people fall out of your life, but they're meant to fall out of your life because they're bringing chaotic energies into your life. You are building a new foundation, remember. And if you're building a new foundation, sometimes people are not the type of people that you can build that foundation with or around. Queen of Pentacles, you've got money on your mind. You've got stability on your mind. You are wanting to look after yourself and all of the people around you, because you may have found in the past, with regards to family, shit's not gone the way that you might have liked it to have gone. This is the reason why you feel like you are going to be the family builder. You're going to be the person that builds your own traditions. You're going to be the person that starts the rituals within your family that weave throughout your children, your children's children, and if you don't have no children, the other siblings in your family that look up to you, okay? Just remember, you're setting a standard here, and that standard is something that some people have not been able to attain around you in the years of knowing you or your family members, because the Hierophant reverse can be family members that have got a less than savory way of looking at things. If this hasn't happened, it's going to start happening, yeah, family. So it definitely is, okay? Just remember, the person that has left you and gone up into spirit, who did give you a sense of family, is all around you, helping you and protecting you on your path moving forward. But congratulate yourself from what you've done to heal yourself. Look, see, recognition, reward. the Empress, lastly, like that is absolutely incredible, because it just goes to show that you've done so much work on yourself, and you've got yourself into a place where nobody and nothing would be able to tie you down if it tried, to tell you the honest to God's truth. You're in an up leveling of your frequency, and you're allowing, or you need to allow, all of the things that are not conducive to your growth to fall away from your life, because it's okay for that to happen. But try to not repeat the past. Try not to go over things that have happened to you in the past over and over in your mind, because you broke free of that. So it doesn't serve you anymore to be thinking about these things. I am presence, light body activation, assessing the divine within. Like I said, try not to get too deep into your old thoughts. Try to remember your now and where you're at now. The more you stay in your now, the more you will start to see the golden trellis of your inner self starts to outpour onto you. Okay, so it's a massive activation that's happening. The halls of Amnete in initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. Like I said, you are being initiated up into a higher frequency than any of your family have been able to get to. So just remember, higher levels call newer devils. Look up that saying, it might have a lot of meaning to you guys. Venusian Galactic Council. Star being guides, answer the call, a time to shine. So just remember, like I said, you've worked yourself up to a very high frequency. So therefore, there are different guides that are there to help you now. Okay, so be very comfortable within yourself of what you are managing to achieve, and don't look back. Capricorn, that's a sign that might be around you in your life, the causer of things that are happening in your life. So just remember and keep these signs in your mind. Really weird as well, but this sign has come up 3 times now. Aries, meaning all 3 picker cards, Aries has come up. So what has Aries got to do with you guys as well? Libra, creating balance in your life, but there also may be a Libra that is somebody you need to look out for with regards to making you feel topsy-turvy in your energy. We've also got fire signs there, Sagittarius, Leo. What's the other fire sign? Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries again. Bloody hell. Aries keeps coming up. And then we've got Mercury, which is Gemini or Virgo. So you may find that that has some sort of indication of truth for you guys, but keep your eyes out in the future weeks and months when it comes down to these signs, because you'll probably find that they are either initiates or people that you need to be wary of moving forward. Sometimes you have to make a decision that will break your heart, but will bring you peace into your soul. Like I said, if it's family members that you're having to distance yourself away from, it's going to feel less than good, isn't it? So just remember, you're entitled to feel like you belong, as well as you helping other people to feel like they belong. They are doing something for you for something in return. So if this is family members that try to manipulate you by doing something for you, they always do it with something to have their hand out for later. That's not the correct way to be as a family member. You should do things because you wanting to do it out of the goodness of your heart. I want to be the best version of myself for you. So somebody around you is definitely trying to up level themselves because they've watched you up level yourself. So they're trying to catch up. You can't save them, they have to save themselves. So don't go around with this Empress energy thinking that you need to mother and nurture everybody. Sometimes people need to mother and nurture themselves and catch up to you, because if they're meant to be in your life, they would do that anyway. Learn how to apologize when you are wrong instead of being defensive or disrespectful. Now that's bringing me back to this card here with the Five of Wands. Fighting arguments, and it can be coming from the family energy as well. So if you do have any family members around you that don't know how to apologize when they're wrong, it may be because of you up leveling your frequency. You may find it a little bit, you may despise that energy a little bit from these people because you've up leveled yourself so much. You can see where other people need to do the work within themselves. So politely distance yourself for a little while, especially if people are doing things in a very narcissistic, narky way towards you. When we started to get to know each other, you showed me the side you thought I wanted to see. Now something is showing me a different side. So people's masks are falling off, guys. And because of people's masks falling off, this is the reason why some foundations that you may have built in the past are now starting to crumble beneath your feet. Don't be too alarmed by this coming in. It is happening because it's meant to help you to go into your inner discovery, the inner discovery of the Empress that you actually are, the sacredness of who you are, and build out that almost golden light from your heart that's trying to allow itself to come out. But as I've said before with the card of patience, you need to be patient with yourself. They tried to get a reaction, it had an opposite effect. Why has that happened? Because of this card here with the Eight of Swords. You've been able to get yourself into a place where nothing's holding your ass back. And this is the reason why you're probably shocking a lot of these people around you, because they've got this low vibration where they think if they did some of the shit they did to you in the past, then that would get the reaction from you that they needed to get from you. They'd be able to get control of you. They'd be able to keep you in a level that they can only hold within themselves, but you don't live there anymore. That old version of you doesn't live there anymore, and you're going to be shocking quite a few people moving forward. Pile threes. So pile threes. What do pile threes need to know? Wow, that's a bloody lot of cards. Let's do all of these for you guys. Unconditional love, love without limits. This is the energy and the frequency that you have managed to get yourself into. And this is the reason why sometimes people will try their best to see if they can pull you down to the frequency that they hold on to. Nope, it's not going to happen. No, thank you, Satan. And that's what you're going to be feeling when these people are doing this, because you're going to be forewarned, especially with watching this reading. An influencer, I can't say that word. Fake accounts, fake followers, fake it until you make it. So you may be finding that some people are sitting on your account and they're actually fake. Locked up, mental anguish, paying dues, stuck, jail time, physical barriers, warrants out on them. So you may find that somebody is incarcerated or about to be incarcerated around you. Fire starter, true visionary, question rules, inquisitive, rebel, and a mission. I would say this is you guys. You've got that fire within your heart because you've fought to be able to come out of this imprisoned way of looking at things into a liberated way of looking at things. And because you're in this frequency and vibration, you better mark my words, people will notice that. People always notice when a person is not allowing inner conflict and inner turmoil to eat and erode at them anymore. So keep going, darling. It's very beautiful to know. Cancelled, no longer existing, bullied to the point of depression. You may find that you are trying to be there for somebody who's going through some of the things that you went through in the past. As long as you don't feel depleted when you leave these people and you feel like you're inputting help to them and they are listening to your help and following your guidance and advice, then you should be very proud of yourself because you're helping people out of the turmoil that you used to be in alone. Divinely guided, angel numbers, synchronicities. Keep your eyes out for these things because this is all happening as well for a reason. You are divinely protected. You do have Archangel Michael and your beautiful spirit guides. I can't get the card. You've got all of this guidance around you and around you as well. So all of this guidance that is happening for you is happening because of all of these spiritual entities that are helping you to pursue your path moving forward. Cutting ties, expired, discontinue use. So somebody might be getting expired, cutting ties with you, or you are cutting ties with them. Naive romantically. So are you a person that does tend to love other people with a level of naivety about you? It's time to wise up, guys. Inexperienced and overly romantic, easily tricked and manipulated by others. And don't feel bad for having a kind heart either. It's just that sometimes people try to take advantage of you having that kind heart. Fanatic, obsessive, all in your face. So if there's anybody that's expressing those types of like abusive tendencies, you might want to make sure that you're asserting your boundaries with these people as well. Hello. Right, so lastly, let's see what the affirmation card is for you guys that will be helpful. Offering. I am peaceful. Let me, divine beloved, offer all desires to you, knowing that the right outcomes are already selected. Grant me true surrender and peace, and let me be only a vehicle for your will in every way. A deeper union is coming towards you guys as well. I hope that this has been helpful for you. If this story that I've been speaking about here, or these cards that are helpful to you, let me know your story in the comment section. I love to know how it relates with you. I'm sending you buckets of love. I will put your other pick a card reading out next week. But for this week and the weeks ahead, this is what you guys needed to know. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your subscriptions and your love and support. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.